Can you imagine a world where supermarkets don't exist? A world where your survival depends on your ability to hunt and gather your own food? This was the reality for our ancestors approximately 2 million years ago, marking the emergence of the first societies known as hunter-gatherers. In this era, humans were not merely inhabitants of their environment, but an integral part of it. They learned to adapt, to track animals, and to recognize which plants were edible and which were not. Their lifestyle was simple, yet intricate. It was dictated by the rhythm of nature, the changing of seasons, and the migration of animals. They were dependent on their environment, yet they thrived due to their intimate knowledge of the land, the flora, and the fauna. This era of human history is marked by our ability to survive and thrive in the face of adversity. So that was the dawn of society, where our survival was solely dependent on our hunting and gathering skills. What was life like in a hunter-gatherer society? Let's delve into the daily life of our ancestors. Picture a typical day in a hunter-gatherer society, a world away from our contemporary technology-driven lives. The morning would start with the men setting off for a hunt, armed with handcrafted tools and an intimate knowledge of the land and its creatures. Hunting was not just a solitary pursuit, but a communal effort, relying on cooperation and shared strategies to bring down their prey. Meanwhile, the women, though not typically involved in the hunt, played an equally crucial role. They would gather fruits, nuts, and roots, while also taking care of the young ones and the elderly. This gathering was not a random act, but required a deep understanding of the seasons, plant life, and the local terrain. Children, on the other hand, would learn by observing and participating. They would assist in smaller tasks, gradually acquiring the skills and knowledge they would need as adults. Learning was not confined to a classroom, but was a part of daily life, woven into the fabric of their existence. In these societies, the concept of personal possessions was almost non-existent. Everything was shared among the group, from food to tools, reinforcing the importance of cooperation and mutual support. This also meant that status was not determined by wealth, but by one's ability to contribute to the survival of the group. The tasks and roles were many, and each member had a part to play. Yet, despite the myriad of responsibilities, there was a simplicity to life. The focus was on survival and the well-being of the group, not individual gain. This communal way of living fostered a sense of unity, a bond that was forged in the shared struggle for survival. Living in a hunter-gatherer society was far from easy, but it fostered a sense of community and cooperation that is often lacking in our modern world. If hunter-gatherer societies were so efficient, why did they decline? This question often puzzles many. The answer lies in the innovation of agriculture, a game-changer in human history. As our ancestors discovered the art of farming, it led to a significant shift in their lifestyle, marking a decline in hunter-gatherer societies. This new way of life allowed them to cultivate crops and domesticate animals, which meant a more reliable food source. No longer did they have to wander in search of food. It was now right at their doorstep. The advent of farming brought with it a multitude of benefits. Firstly, it enabled the production of surplus food, which could sustain larger populations. This surplus also meant that not everyone needed to focus on food production, freeing up individuals for other tasks, leading to diversification of labor. As communities grew larger, they became more settled. Nomadic life was gradually replaced by permanent settlements. These settlements eventually evolved into complex societies and civilizations, characterized by social hierarchy, diversified economies, and monumental architecture. But let's not forget, the transition wasn't immediate or smooth. It took thousands of years for agriculture to spread across the globe, and there were regions where hunter-gatherer societies continued to thrive. However, the benefits of farming were undeniable, and over time, it became the dominant way of life. As we shifted from hunting and gathering to farming, we saw the dawn of a new era, marking the end of the hunter-gatherer societies. So, what can we learn from our hunter-gatherer ancestors? Well, they remind us of the importance of a harmonious relationship with nature, relying on its resources sustainably. They lived communally, sharing responsibilities and resources, a lesson in unity and cooperation. Their intimate knowledge of the land and its cycles teaches us to observe and respect our environment. These lessons from our ancestors can guide us towards sustainable living and community building today. Despite their decline, hunter-gatherer societies left a lasting legacy that continues to influence our world today.